Stand by. Hi, folks. It's April the 20th, Saturday night in Austin, Texas. It's raining outside. I don't know if you can hear it. It's great to be back amongst you. I hope you've been enjoying my posts, and let me know if you are or not. Some of you do, some of you don't. But I'd like to hear from you. And I'm going to call this version of the Patreon show Reality Ranch. No matter where you go, you're always in reality. It's the ebb of the flow, the thick of the thin reality. So kick back, relax, you're among friends in reality. I want you to know you're part of the show in reality. So ladies and gentlemen, for your edification, it's Reality Ranch, our presentation. Yeah, some of you have written and asked about the Story to Redneck Mother. Ray Wylie Hubbard wrote this song, Redneck Mother. I had this weird kind of story about it, my part in it, and I'll just go ahead and tell you the shortest version of it I can think of. But so I'm, you got to understand, I'm going to Lubbock High School. This is 1967. I had a little club. Actually, 67, no, I didn't start then. Let's just say that it's somewhere around 69. But I had this little club. I was going to go back to high school and tell you about Buddy Holly, but I'll just launch right into this. I got to get you to Red River first. So I've got a little club there on in the basement of Ron's Ice Cream over on University Avenue, and it was a little folk club. So after the show one night, this girl comes up to me and says, "Hey, have you ever heard of Red River, New Mexico?" And I said, "No." "Well, maybe. Yeah, I guess I've heard of it." "Well, there's a guy there, and he has a restaurant bar with a little stage, and he's looking for a solo for the summer." This is 1969. Looking for a solo. I said, "That's me." And so I got the job, pulled into Red River that summer, about June, and went ahead and started playing my show. Went down the street one night after my gig and heard this group from Dallas, Texas. This is Texas music history now. Dallas, Texas, Three Faces West, they were called, folk trio. Wayne Kidd, Rick Fowler, and this wise ass named Ray Hubbard. He wasn't Wylie yet. He's just plain old Ray Hubbard. So we became fast friends, and we wrote songs together, especially with Rick. I wrote some pretty cool ones with Rick that Jerry Jeff recorded, and wrote some with Ray too. And they did some of the greatest songs in their show. I'd never heard anything like it. I was green, wet behind the ears, just pulled in from Lubbock, kid. I didn't know anything. And but these guys were already arrived, and they wore leather pants and leather vests when they played. Had this rakishly long hair, cool guitars, and had a whole show. They're funny, and they did great stuff. And the songs that really stuck out to me were by this guy named Mike Murphy. And he wasn't Michael Martin Murphy yet, just straight old Mike Murphy. I went on out to Los Angeles in the summer, ended up, you might have heard this story before, but picking up a hitchhiker. Turned out he's from Germany, and he worked on Murphy's cars, his Jaguar. Murphy had a Jaguar convertible, and he worked on the cars. And I gave him my name and number. Murphy called me that night. "Who are you?" "Why am I supposed to call you? My mechanic gave me your name." And I told him about, where I'd come from, which was Red River, and told him about Three Faces West. I said, "They're doing your songs, and Murphy, I think your song's about as good as anything I've heard since the Beatles." And Michael Murphy said, "You know what? You're a genius." So that's how I met him. And we started playing together. My record deal fell through, so did Murphy's. We're living out in Los Angeles. We come back to Texas and ended up, Murphy got a great record deal, and we made an album called Geronimo's Cadillac on A&M Records. And one of those, somewhere between when I first met those guys and that first Murphy record, I came back to Red River, and they were having a party. They had a party for me. They're so glad to see me. And, about 1:45 a.m. of the fifth day, we ran out of beer. And decided there's only one thing to do, and that was get Ray, still wasn't Wylie, Ray to go down to the bar, and the bar was called the D Bar. And Ray goes down there, gets a case of beer, cut 2 cases of beer, one on each shoulder, and he's just about home free. And this woman from Tulsa, Oklahoma, is anybody from Tulsa here out there? Anybody? Good. Nobody. So, got in his face, took issue with the way he looked and he smelled, I think, 'cause he's wearing those leather pants and leather vests, summer in and summer out, that can't be washed. So, probably pretty rank. And she just didn't like the way he looked at all and was really pushy, and said the beady eyes run around your head, your eye, your skull, and that stringy hair and moth-eaten looking beard. You just don't look right. You don't look like a real American. You just disgusting. And Ray thought that so he puts the beer down on the ground. He puts 2 cases of beer down on the ground. And if it had come to her and him, I think he could have taken her. But we never will know, because just about the time when something like that could have happened, he could have got a boot in there somewhere. He could have probably taken her down. But this whirling ball of butcher knives and testosterone, formerly known as her son, came roaring out from the 4 corners, screaming up to where Ray was standing, and cold cocked him, knocked him right flat on his back in the D bar floor. And Ray got up, dusted himself off. To his credit, he came back to the party with the beer. We were always impressed with that aspect of it. And when he walked in, we said, "Well, Ray, where have you been? It's been 7 days. We're skeletons here. We're hungry. Is there any way you can... Did you bring any food? What did you bring?" "All I brought was this beer." So he handed out the beers, and he had written part of this song, and he just finished it right in front of everybody's eyes. And imagine, I know there's some songwriters out there, but imagine getting beat up in a country bar, having a bloody nose, a case of beer on each shoulder, freezing cold, going up the side of the pass there in Red River, the mountain, weaving through the forest, and still have the presence of mind to write a song. It's pretty cool. So he got to the party and walked in, and then the rest is history with this song. And so he said, "You hand me that guitar," he said. He said, "He was born in Oklahoma, and his wife's name is old Betty Lou Thelma Wanda Jackson Lou Lee Liz." Yeah. Woohoo! "He's not responsible, no he's not, for what he's been doing, 'cause his mother made him." I said his mother made him do it. His mama made him what he is. Sing along if you know it. And it's up against the wall, redneck mother, mother who has raised your son so well. He's 34 and drinking in a honky-tonk. He's just kicking hippies' asses and raising hell. Well, he sure enough does love to drink his Falstaff beer. And he chases it down with I.W. Harper bourbon liquor. It's nasty stuff, but it gets you there. He drives a 1997 GMC pickup truck sideways with a gun rack and a bumper sticker that says, well, of course I'm drunk. Well, you think I am a stunt driver? And it's up against the wall, redneck mother. Mother who has raised your son so well. So well, who cares? He's 34 and drinking in a honky-tonk. He just kicking hippies' asses and raising hell. This is a part of the program where everybody hums because I'm going to spell it. So let me hear you. Now, M is for the mud flaps you give me. Put on my pickup truck. O is for the oil I find on my hair and it flames in the Persian Gulf this very minute probably. T is for tired, don't stop humming. H is for haggard, tired and haggard, get it? E is for ignorant. And R, of course, is for... I couldn't hear you. And R is for... And it's up against the wall, redneck mother. Oh! Mother who has raised your son so well. So well. He's 34 and drinking in the honky-tonk. He's just kicking hippies' asses and raising hell. So that's the story and the song about Redneck Mother. I hope you tune in next week. We'll be posting some other stuff. I think I might even have a thing or two to post before next week. I was going through some old video of a Middle East tour, and I've got some really cool stuff. Trying to put that together to show you what it was like in the Middle East, you know. So we always like to have something. Let's see, what can we close with? You know, I'll tell you what. Well, I don't know. I don't know what to close with. So I'll just close with this. What's this button do? Whoop! No matter where you go, you're always in reality. It's the ebb of the flow, the thick of the thin reality. So kick back, relax, you're among friends in reality. We want you to know you're part of the show in reality. So ladies and gentlemen, for your edification, it's Reality Ranch, our presentation.